Okay, so having the Yakuza franchise and Vanguard together is cool and all. However, how will it work? Well, hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Downton, and today we're talking all things Yakuza and Cardfight Vanguard. Looking specifically at how Yakuza could work and what mechanics already exist within Vanguard that could aid it. So first and foremost, when revealing this news, they only mentioned Kiryu Kazuma and Haruka. Therefore, while I see other characters like Majima, Daigo, Tsujima, and others appearing within the card game, I feel like they're going to have more focus on Kiryu and Haruka, with Kiryu being the main boss unit and Haruka being support. So then, what's the best way to showcase these characters in a fun and creative playstyle? These are just my first thoughts and opinions of the mechanics that they could use, but I 100% honest, I'm not fully up to date on the power scaling of the actual card game in real life at the minute, as well as whether this particular mechanic that I'm presenting to you will be viable. But let's be honest, these cards for Yakuza aren't made to win tournaments. They're being made to sell merchandise. But with that being said, what I'm presenting is a Revol dress-like mechanic for Kiryu. Now, if you don't know or remember what Revol dress is, I'll refresh your memory. The Revol dress ability activates at the end of the battle. The Vanguard possessing it attacked, ride a card with Revol form in the card name from the specific zone as a stand, and you get -2 drive. Now, this is an exclusive mechanic for the Youthberg archetype, but what I'm suggesting is they do something similar of this for Kiryu. After all, in the earlier Yakuza games, Kiryu has 3 to 4 fighting stances, so you could switch between these mid-battle. Going through Kiryu's battle styles, you've got Brawler, a basic style that relies simply on brawling, hence the name. Fighting is somewhat flashy in execution, but slow. But it's also quite powerful. Many attacks in Brawler style have a wrestling-like quality to them, which when combined with basic street fighting, completes a style that's simple yet effective. So then, when you slap Kiryu into this form with a Revol dress-like ability, you could increase his power and make your opponent have to use 2 or more cards to guard. Something along those lines. And then you have his rush ability. This is a speed-orientated style that's inspired by kickboxing, shown by Kiryu's upright stance with a high guard. Rush style is best known for the ability to stun enemies with rolling like bursts and relentless blows, as well as emphasis on Kiryu's speed and footwork. His movements of speed are greatly increased while using this style. All attacks in the rush style are performed to a near instant speed, so even the slowest and most powerful blows can still be effective and hit most enemies. So why is that important? Well, again, when you slap him into this form with a Revol dress-like ability, you could increase the number of attacks that you can make from 1 to 2, while also making perfect guards nullified. This is kind of emphasizing his speed element to where not even a perfect guard can stop him because he just zooms straight past him, but also it's doing the fact that you're hitting him so fast that you're able to double attack him at the same time. And then you have the Beast form. This is a powerful style that focuses on brute strength and for use of immensely heavy weapons such as motorbikes. Yep, he can throw motorbikes. Kiryu normally shows a grounded stance when performing this, with his legs far apart and his arms out wide. One-handed claw-like attacks, focusing on grappling, and this style mainly is inspired by strike aspects of professional wrestling. It's slow, but powerful. Kiryu emphasizes his ability and tendencies to capitalize on this and take hits. This style represents Kiryu using his full force of his immense muscular ability. He's been able to pick up objects no normal human could realistically lift, such as motorcycles, as well as throwing fully grown men around with one arm. Pretty crazy and pretty cool, am I right? Again, this is all relevant because if you were to slap him into a form of this using a Revolve-like dress ability, you could create a powerful yet unstoppable form. You can increase the power a lot more than what you would in Brawler style, but you can also make interceptions useless as you're wiping out the entire front row. Now, doing something like this for Kiryu Kazuma would allow for an interesting and unpredictable strategy-based playstyle. You could have lots of different situations that each of these forms could be unique and specialized in. You could even have Haruka as support, helping you search out these forms. I would personally have her as a grade 1, so that she has the boost ability, giving boost from the back row to Kiryu, as that seems more fitting. Either that or make Haruka the perfect guard unit within this promotional collaboration. So what do you think? Can this playstyle / mechanic work as a good way for the Yakuza franchise to showcase their leading character in Kiryu? As a side note, this type of playstyle with a Revolve dress-like form would also help to complement characters like Majima as a boss monster unit as well, as he too has different fighting styles when playing the video games, such as Slugger, Thug, and Breaker. Again, with this style of play, it gives you the opportunity to still have characters like Majima, Daigo, Akiyama, and other characters as units or boss monsters. So I'd love it if the trigger units within this Yakuza set were characters like the orphans from the orphanage, or Makoto, the one from the first game that Majima is trying to protect. I think that would be so cool. But if you have any other ideas as to the playstyle that they could implement, then let me know in the comments down below. I want to hear your thoughts about how you want these cards to interact with the game of Vanguard. Now, if you're curious about some other cards, or 5 characters I think they should make. Now, if you're curious about 5 other characters that I want to see printed as cards from the Yakuza franchise, and then stay tuned to the channel by subscribing, but also, if it's out already, they'll be linked in the video right here. With that being said though, I hope you'll have an amazing day and you've enjoyed this video. Arigato, matane, goodbye.